one half of the famous Wrecking You from Rochester, New York, USA, with Sammi, here is Rosecroft. He hails from the Kitchen Hill, Canada. He weighs 135 pounds. Here is Untitled Chapter. Weighing to 120 pounds, he is Falco. once more with a 25-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 275 pounds, the SUPERNOVA.
Welcome to Crossfire Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Classic Chris here along with Giant FM Chuck LaFleur. Now, Chuck, our opening match here tonight, former #1 contender Rob Rage taking on the always dangerous Phil Atlas.
Chris, this is a classic confrontation. Looking forward to this one. You have one of the guys with the best physiques and one of the strongest powerhouses in all of wrestling in Rage. All 275 pounds of him. He's going to be taking on the very quick and agile Phil Atlas. It's a contrast in styles, but it's a matchup that I'm sure the fans here at Crossfire is fired up, are looking forward to, with the contradiction in styles, Rage against Phil Atlas.
It's definitely a contrast of styles, but tonight, my money is on this guy coming out here, the always dangerous Phil Atlas. You know, Phil Atlas was undefeated in his rookie year at Crossfire. No one has able to done that in the history of Crossfire Wrestling.
Here's the player.
Phil Atlas, his first match back after returning from Japan, where he had a successful tour out there. Crossfire fans are happy to see him back. You know, so am I. Phil Atlas is dangerous. He's going to put on a show here tonight against Rage.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Classic Chris, the fans looking forward to seeing Phil Atlas back in a Crossfire wrestling ring. And you'd have to think his game plan is going to be duck as much as possible for the power of Rage and try to get the big man off his feet as soon as you can. If he gets into one-on-one duking it out with Rage, Phil Atlas may have a problem, but he's shown in the past he's able to take on all comers. It's a big test for Phil Atlas right now against Rage, but an equal test for Rage with the returning Phil Atlas to the ring.
Well, Rage has never dealt with anyone as fast as Phil Atlas. Like I've said before, Phil Atlas is arguably one of the fastest guys on the Crossfire roster, if not the fastest. It's going to be interesting to see how Phil Atlas's speed will go against Rob Rage's power.
Fans kind of torn on their allegiances in the early going here as we get this match just about underway with a good contingent of Phil Atlas fans, of course, on hand here at the Meriton Community
they're
Center.
happy to see him back.
Oh, for sure. And Rage, of course, well, he's had a long time, a hardcore base of fans who will be cheering him on in this confrontation with Phil Atlas.
Oh, it's a sign of sportsmanship to show off the show.
We'll see how long that lasts as this match progresses, though.
Rage doing a lot of talking right now. Well, lockup, that's not smart by Phil Atlas. You do not want to go into a strength contest with Rob Rage.
Classic Bricks, that's the kind of thing Phil is going to have to avoid if he wants to emerge victorious from this match. You can see the flexing there from Rage. This is falling right into Rage's hands here, the very early going of this one.
Exactly, that's why he's got to use the speed to his advantage right now. And Phil Atlas with those educated feet, it's going to be dangerous to see. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how things are going to transpire in this one.
Try to avoid the power moves of Rage would be the game plan here for Phil Atlas coming into this one without a doubt.
There we go, using that speed to his advantage with a side headlock right now. That's where that power comes into play with a stiff shoulder block by Rob Rage.
You know, it's taking Phil a couple of seconds here to compose himself after that toss into the corner by Rage. And just the intimidation factor alone, Classic Chris, that Rage can present to most opponents. I don't think in any way, shape, or form Phil Atlas is intimidated by Rage, but you can understand if anyone were.
Well, right now, what I see right now with Phil Atlas, he's just readjusting to the Canadian style of wrestling because he just came back from Japan. It's a different style of wrestling out there. He's just, feeling it out right now. Getting the cobwebs out. There we go, using that speed. A nice chop. But not affecting the big man at all. And see, that's what Phil Atlas has to do. He has to use that speed, he has to use that quickness.
Yeah, the chops might be not working that well for Phil Atlas here in the early going, but yeah, get the big man into the corner and go from there.
There we go, using those educated feet. Stomp on a toe, it works. Phil Atlas has that martial arts background, and Rob Rage has got to watch out for that.
And I think you'll see a lot of the innovation here, too, of Phil Atlas in this one as the match progresses, too. A very, very creative and cerebral wrestler inside the squared circle.
Oh, Phil Atlas is very dangerous. I've said that many of times throughout his career. He's just too fast right now for the big man, getting him off his feet.
Nice bounce back from Phil Atlas here, Classic Chris, as the very early going, maybe the first minute and a half or so was all Rage, but Phil Atlas has really come on like gangbusters here.
Wow, I'm impressed right there because Phil Atlas learning keeps people down with that running senton. Rage kicks out after one. Looked like it woke up the big man or something. This is smart for Phil Atlas right now. Getting out of the ring, let Rage calm down a bit. Let him chase you. Don't play the big man's game. Fight on your terms.
Yeah, perfect game plan, perfect strategy right now for Phil Atlas from Windsor, Ontario, with the Canadian Destroyer as he makes his way back into the ring.
Oh, he's looking for that springboard drop kick, but Rage, he had that heavily scouted. I didn't think of that, Rage. It's actually stunning footage, but there it is. Caught with that springboard drop kick. Hard kick right in the face, right in front of us. That's that educated feet I was talking about of Phil Atlas, that martial arts background he has, that quickness.
Again, the agility. Yeah, agility of Phil Atlas, Classic Chris, and we see Rage here. He is feeling that last kick from Phil Atlas and doubled over right now, trying to compose himself.
That's smart from Phil Atlas, putting the brakes on. Looked like he was looking for a suicide dive, but Rage has a hold of him. Oh, clubbing blow. Look at the strength of Rob Rage. Have you ever seen a man pick up another man and just throw him in the ring like that?
Yeah, you're right. He didn't just deposit him back in the ring just beyond the ropes. He tossed him about 3/4 of the way across the ring here at the Meriton Community Center.
Rob Rage has freakish strength right there. Beautiful rib breaker. Full control right now, Rob Rage. And just working on the ribs and the lower back right now, Rage.
Yeah, Rob Rage at this point, Classic Chris, has really taken over control of this match here. Phil Atlas is going to have to try to avoid any of the big power moves like this one.
Right now, it's not looking good for Phil Atlas at all. You're right, he has to try to avoid these big power moves, but it's tough. With Rob Rage actually showing some quickness here. 2 count only. Rage looking for it again. Rage just relentless with these. Phil Atlas ducks out of the way. That's one way to rock a big man with the boots right to the face.
Here's the quickness we were talking about, Phil Atlas, until now.
There's that strength. He caught him right into a bear hug. Just the strength of Rob Rage. It always impresses me. Like I don't think anyone on the Crossfire roster is stronger than Rob Rage.
Well, that's from years and years of training and sculpting himself to
former
what we see.
CFL player, former bodyguard of the infamous Jay Moore. Rob Rage, he has a history of beating people up.
And you can see Phil Atlas here at this point. The tighter the grip is from Rage, that you see Phil starting to fade here.
Just doing more and more damage on those ribs right now. Come on, Atlas. Oh, Rage has got him up. Stalin suplex. Jades with a British Bulldog. But Atlas rolls out. Now that is smart. He's got him in a sleeper hold right now. That's one way to take the big guy off his feet. You cut off the air to his head.
Great equalizer right now. The sleeper, partial sleeper at least, applied by Phil Atlas after that devastating bear hug applied by Rage moments ago.
That's one way to do it. You cut off the blood flow, you cut off the oxygen, you take the big man off his feet. But Rage trying to break out right now.
Well, as we saw Phil Atlas fading earlier in that bear hug, we see Rage now dropping.
Oh, he is down. Come on, referee, check his irons. Rage is down. That's one. Rage not going down.
Both wrestlers have had their arms raised to the count of two, coming very, very close to the count by the referee for either of these individual superstar wrestlers.
Rage showing his strength right now, getting to his feet. Well, what's he thinking right now? Now, Rob Rage is not known to climb up those ropes.
A classic, Chris. How many guys can climb up even to the first rope with a man hanging on your back and you're in a sleeper hold? A
Not
great
many.
display of strength there by Rage.
Not many, but that's an effective way to get out of the sleeper hold.
You can see as this match progresses, starting to take its toll on both of these performers.
Both guys are here for a fight right now. You got the speed of Phil Atlas against the power of Rob Rage. Atlas with a basement dropkick right to the knee. That is smart. With the big man up to his feet again.
Love the strategy of Phil Atlas right here, Classic Chris, because if you can get Rage, get the big man off his feet, all of a sudden all those power moves go out the window for Rage.
Oh! Springboard leapfrog, couldn't do it. I mean, a slingshot. Rage lands it, going for the cover. Oh, Atlas gets the shoulder up. I thought it was over there, Chuck.
How did Phil Atlas kick out of that after the Supernova slam from Rage?
That's that fortitude, that's that drive, that's that passion. That's what the type of competitor Phil Atlas is. Atlas ducks out of the way. Oh, suicide dive right in front of us. Both men are down.
It's going to be a race to beat the count for either of these wrestlers right now with that high-flying maneuver from Phil Atlas.
Let's see if we can get a replay of that. Here we go, back to live action. Rage looks like he's got Atlas up. We're up to a 6 count. Oh, Rage right in the buckle. Both men are out. Referee up to 9. Phil Atlas gets in. That's it. That is it. Phil Atlas gets in before the count of 10. Rage not so lucky. All right, now we're going to hand over to Precinct Centradius for the official announcement. Welcome back, Phil Atlas, using his brains to his advantage, getting in the ring before the referee's 10 count.
Well, what a finish, and you'd have to put this one in the category of at least a minor upset, if not a major upset. On paper alone, you look at the size differential here, but a great move by Phil Atlas right near the end as the referee was getting the count up near 6 or 7, shoving Rage into the ring post, and at about 9.5, Classic Chris, Phil Atlas was able to slither himself back into the ring and beat the referee's 10 count. Rage was still on the outside of the ring when the referee reached 10. Your winner, Phil Atlas.
And that's one of the reasons why Phil Atlas went undefeated for 2016. And we'll be back with more Crossfire Wrestling.
You know, it's been about 2 years. 2 years since I stepped foot in a Crossfire wrestling ring. And in those 2 years, I have done nothing but impress, pick up wins, overcome unbelievable obstacles, yet I'm still somewhere lost in the shuffle. I don't have a title shot. For the first year here, I went undefeated. 1 year, undefeated. And when I finally did lose, it wasn't at my own hand. I didn't mess up. Cody Deaner's one hell of a competitor, but that night, he showed exactly what kind of man he was. But something funny happened. That night, I showed all the fans here in Crossfire what kind of man I was. A man with integrity. Now, this isn't about Cody Deaner because he doesn't even have the championship right now. When I came here to Crossfire, it was for one reason and one reason only, and that was to get the Crossfire Heavyweight Championship. And like I said, somehow, I'm lost in the shuffle. So, October 21st, Rose City, Welland, kind of where it all kind of started for me actually. I'm going to talk to Commissioner Frank Newman. And I'm going to make sure that I get an opportunity. I just want my piece of the pie, and I've been working too damn hard for me to be overlooked again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 25-minute time limit. Introducing first, coming to the ring now by his manager, Sammi. He's one of the half of Wrecking You from Rochester, New York, USA. Here is Hellcat.
America's greatest export, Hellcat, with his manager Sammi. It's going to be an interesting contest tonight. He's taking on the dangerous Carter Mason. Now, Chuck, I'm not sure if you know much about Hellcat, but he is one of the longest running tag team champions in Crossfire history.
Well, you know, the question I have, though, anytime a tag team champion, and there's no question about his ability in the ring, as one half of arguably one of the best tag teams we've seen in this area in a long, long time, how does that translate as a singles wrestler? You don't have your partner sometimes to come to your rescue. He does have the lovely and talented Sammi out there with him, but it's a different ballgame when you head into singles competition, especially as Hellcat will be against the likes of Carter Mason.
Well, the thing is with Hellcat, he carries this tag team. Every team that Hellcat's a part of, he carries that team. So him in singles contest, I can see him handling no problem. But he's got a tough task tonight because Carter Mason, he's very dangerous. He's a stiff striker. He's got a very versatile offense. Honestly, in my opinion, Carter Mason has all the tools to become a Crossfire champion.
Weighing in 187 pounds, here is the King of the North, Carter
Mason, the King of the North, getting the referee to take off his jacket for him. Now that's what royalty is all about. Royalty doesn't take off his own jacket. You make the referee do it. You make the lower class do it.
Well, that's what Carter Mason was treating our official like here this evening. But yeah, you alluded to a classic that Carter Mason, all of the tools are there for sometime in the maybe not that distant future to become a Crossfire Wrestling undisputed champion. But he'll have his hands full here this evening, no question about it, against Hellcat.
Well, Hellcat's a wily vet. You can't put anything past him. Like I said, he's been a tag team champion. And every team he's been a part of, he has carried.
I don't know too many people who have the ring savvy, just the smarts. And, you know, if it was a football field, they say, or the ice, he sees the ice. In a wrestling ring, great vision for Hellcat, and always knows his next move or two ahead, well ahead of time, and that's something. Carter Mason, again, we talk about Hellcat against Carter Mason, but Carter Mason, again, is in tough here with this grizzled, experienced veteran in Hellcat.
Well, see, the thing is with Hellcat, Hellcat's forgotten more fights than probably Carter Mason has been in.
Knows every trick. Here, for instance, just composing himself and trying to rattle maybe Carter Mason a bit to get
you that's what you got to do right now. Because, in my opinion, like I said before, Carter Mason has everything that it takes to become a champion. But so does Hellcat. This guy is dangerous. It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. Here we go. Bell is sounded. We're officially underway.
He can't even hear the bell, for goodness sake.
Carter Mason, he's got that quickness to him, which is going to be his advantage. Because Hellcat, he does have the power advantage and the ring knowledge, but let's see what happens here. Working him on the ropes now. Carter Mason with some hard rights right now. King of the North. Just telling Hellcat to bow to the king.
Classic, it's been all Carter Mason here, the only early going in this one.
Two beautifully done drop kicks. What's he looking for right now? Hellcat is reeling. Carter Mason, lands on the mat. Hellcat, come on, you got to pay more attention. Walks right into a vicious boot. The King of the North with a slingshot double knee. Sammi up on the ropes.
Agility, speed, and attitude. Carter Mason has all of that against him. I don't know if Hellcat knows where he is right now.
Well, that's smart by Sammi right now. Getting on the apron, you get the referee's attention. Distracting Carter Mason gives Hellcat a chance to get his composure back.
Well, Sammi can certainly be a distraction. No question about that.
Hellcat tripping him up. Smart veteran move. The next snap. America's greatest export, Hellcat, just taking it to Carter Mason right now. A great series of offense.
I think you might need some milk for you to be a real man's height for once.
Nice bounce back from Hellcat here after we'll see Sammi getting involved here.
See, that's beautiful. Use the referee's backside to your advantage right now. That's what you got to do. You take the referee's backside to your advantage, and you help get your man the win right now.
That may be a factor the longer this one goes, too. We'll keep a close eye on Sammi for many reasons, but particularly her involvement here and how she can become a factor in the outcome of this one.
Of course, that's the veteran tactic of Hellcat. You bring Sammi out, she can be a distraction, so you don't even throw in a cheap shot. It's brilliant by Hellcat. And right now, the odds are against Carter Mason. It's 2-on-1. Carter Mason just grabbing those ribs right now. The damage is getting done right now by Hellcat as he is on the attack. Hellcat gets out of it. Oh, running STO.
Whatever you can do, I can do better.
Hellcat with some trash talking right there on Carter Mason.
Well, Carter Mason, you can see he's feeling that in the draw on the side of the face. That was.
It looked like his bell kind of got rung with that running STO. He's now in the corner just trying to regroup as Hellcat.
Yeah, Hellcat, he's not wasting any time. He's going right back on the offensive here.
He's like a shark. He sets his blood in the water. He's going to strike. The King of the North is down right now. Not looking too good for the King.
You keep an eye on Sammi again.
Oh, she just slapped him.
I didn't see anything.
Smart on her part too, Classic. The second the referee's back is turned, that's twice now that she gets involved in.
She gets in, gets out. It's like staring at the sun. You don't do it too long. You just get the damage done, and that's it. America's greatest export, Hellcat, just taking to the King of the North right now. Oh, just rich in the neck. Carter Mason just screaming in pain right now. Oh. And see, that's Hellcat. He just likes beating people up.
You know, you could tell growing up in Rochester, New York, this guy was in a brawl or two before he got into the pro wrestling game, because it shows in the ring. He has a mean streak to him a mile long.
Carter Mason fighting back up. Easy grab the beard. Oh, hard right in the buckle. Quickness of the King of the North right now. Followed up with a beautiful clothesline. Oh. Okay, just got caught with a jumping knee. Beautiful German suplex to the bridge. Hellcat, but he's still hooked. Carter Mason still has him hooked. Hellcat looks like he's on Dream Street right now. Oh.
Nice block by Hellcat. Carter Mason, as you pointed out, Classic, trying with a second straight German suplex. Didn't happen.
They caught him with a knee to the face. Hellcat got his hands up to block some of the damage, but Hellcat, he's down. I think that was pure instinct, because if you look at Hellcat right now, he's trying to get his senses back.
Just had enough left in the tank for the kick out at 2.
It's like one of those Looney Tunes cartoons when you see the birds flying around your head.
They're still there as he goes up.
Hellcat trying to fight out. Cat lands on the apron. Just catches Carter Mason with a shoulder block. Oh! What was that? Carter Mason barely gets the shoulder up. I thought he was done.
You cannot give a veteran such as Hellcat any kind of opening, which is what happened just there. A 2.5 count. Carter Mason kicks out.
I've never seen that out of Hellcat before in my life. Fans are now getting behind Carter Mason. Wow. I'm impressed that he kicked out. I'm a guy that does not get impressed easily. Mason rolls out. Gets him back up. Sammi back on the apron. See, that's not Carter Mason. He's getting distracted. Oh, kick out.
Again, the Sammi factor on the outside of the ring.
She's the wild card. Oh. That's it. That is it. A super kick that almost took off Hellcat's head. Ends things referee 3 count. Now sending over to Priestess and Trias for official announcement. What an impressive victory for the King of the North.
This guy is the real deal, Classic. No question about it. A name we're going to be hearing a lot of in the weeks and months and years to come. Carter Mason, victorious. Was a heck of a battle, though, as we expected it would be. But that super kick at the end, not even Sammi, who had to rescue Hellcat from that devastating blow. And Carter Mason gets the W over Hellcat here at Fired Up.
The stock has risen on Carter Mason. Now he's seeing Hellcat being helped out. What a fight he was in, and what a match. We'll be back with more Crossfire Wrestling.